Hey, my name's Farhana Cannon, and I'm a global social media and brand expert. I want to thank you so much for coming on my workshop today, Attract and Convert Your Perfect Client Online. We're going to go over some really great tips and tricks on how you can get more sales, grow your followers, and get more leads online. I'm going to create a presentation format for you today, so you'll see me on your screen as well as the presentation. Feel free to write any comments in the box below, and I'll be sure to answer them maybe throughout or after the presentation. So thank you again so much for logging on. Like I said, I am the founder of iMedia Exposure, and we help businesses basically brand and attract themselves online. And we love working with businesses that are passionate about what they do. So welcome to our workshop, Attract and Convert Your Perfect Client Online. I started iMedia Exposure 10 years ago because I was working with a variety of different brands. And what I was noticing is that they were spending a ton of money on all of these experiential marketing events and different influencer programs, but we weren't really fully utilizing pre-promotion online or all of the great content that we were capturing for the events. We weren't really utilizing them after to engage and follow up with the customer base either. So I decided that I was going to create this company, and I started pitching. And back 10 years ago, people were under the impression that, oh, maybe that's not for me. Maybe that's not for my industry. All of the big players were using social media marketing to grow their brand, but it wasn't necessarily the common thing that everyone was doing. Now, all of you that are watching know that you need to be on social media and really utilize it to grow your brand following. It's a great way to connect with potential leads as well and build brand awareness. About 8 years ago, I started speaking on stages, and I was absolutely so afraid to do so. I hired a business coach and did a speaking course. And when I first started, it was an absolute no. I did not want to get on stages and speak to people online. I was super afraid of, oh, what are people going to think? And everyone's going to be staring at me. Then he asked me, why do you do what you do? And why do you like it? And I said, well, I really like helping people achieve their dreams and grow their businesses. And it's really fun for me to come up with creative and innovative strategies to grow people's businesses. And he said, you can do that at a greater rate in front of more people by getting up on stage and speaking in front of hundreds of people. And I sat there and I thought about, why I do what I do and why I like doing it, and then the greater impact that I could have. And I said, okay, let's do it. I'm in. So I got rid of all of that fear. And when I first started, I was definitely a bit nervous every time I walked onto stage. But then now, whenever I share information or I do these lives or I do any trainings, what I really think is that I have so many great tips and tricks to help people grow and achieve their dreams that I can be a contribution to others. And there's a missing if I don't actually share with the world all of the things that I know and all of the tips and tricks to help them grow their business. So I've spoken all over the world at different events, the Federal Reserve Bank in Boston, at Power Team events, a small business expo, a variety of different events all over this year. And I've worked with a variety of different brands as well. So from speakers and business coaches to restaurants and fashion brands, to some national brands as well, such as the Board of Tourism for Barbados, National Petroleum. So there's a variety of different brands. And you might be thinking, okay, so I have this very specific company. How is this going to help me? Well, I've created a very systematic strategy on how to create your digital marketing plan. I've used it over and over with all of my clients, and we have gotten great results. Of course, the strategy is a bit different for each different brand, but the overall principle and the step-by-step actionable items are the same with every company. I've created a digital marketing course, a brand boutique digital marketing course, and it's an 8-week course, and we basically will have you create your digital marketing plan in completion at that point. And I'll tell you about that a bit later. So I talk about a brand a lot, and a brand could essentially be your personal brand. It can be your business. It can be your vibe, your style, things like that. So Seth Godin says a brand is a set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that taken together account for a consumer's decision to choose one product or service over another. And essentially, what that means is that think about your emotions and the stories and memories you have around the brand. You want to create that around your brand. It has more of an impact, and it really sets people up to expect something from you and want to go back to you for that thing, as well as refer their friends and family to you. So why do you believe people fail at social media marketing? You know, I think every business owner I know is on some social media platform and does at least something on there. But there's various reasons why people aren't effectively getting all of the sales that they want online from their digital marketing efforts. So number one is that people don't have an effective digital marketing plan. Two, they don't have a pinpoint of who their exact perfect person is, their exact target demographic. You can't market to everyone. You won't actually get as much reach if you're trying to please everyone. That's kind of like in anything in life. You can't please everyone, so you have to focus on the core that you can please. Three, you want to do a competitor analysis. You want to really figure out what your competitors are doing and how you can differentiate yourself and stand out from the crowd. Four, you want to have quality, consistent content. So you want to be posting every single day. And then five, you need to create and establish a sales and marketing funnel. And there's a variety of different steps that, excuse me, can go into that. When you have your leads coming from online spaces, there needs to be a way to cultivate those relationships and take them through the buying process by holding their hands, but obviously online, so you need to create systems to do so. Think about when you have bought something. There has been a process, and it's been easy for you to get information about the brand, purchase, and follow up with the brand. When you would go into a store or a place of business and do business with somebody face-to-face, essentially they're holding your hand through the process, but it's face-to-face. So number one, that digital marketing plan. You want to have an effective plan. I share this image with you of the 3 marathons that I've done. And I don't share it because I'm some stellar athlete, but I share it because it takes something to run a marathon. You have to get coaches. So I suggest that if there is an area of your business that you know needs to be established more, and maybe one, you don't know how to do it, two, you're just so busy that you don't have time to do it, or three, it's just an area that you don't love doing, I suggest you hire a coach. When I first started off my business, I spent a lot of money on coaches, but I got to where I wanted to go so much faster, and I wouldn't have taken back any of it. It was super scary to have invested that much in the beginning, but it was so worth it. And when you're running a marathon, to get across that finish line, you need to have the coach. You need to have the right equipment, so the right sneakers and running gear. You wouldn't think, but there's a ton of gear that you need. And when you're running your business, there's obviously different systems and gear that you need to run it effectively and efficiently to save you time and reduce stress. Because we're all so busy that we don't want to increase our stress level, because when our stress levels are increased, we can't really fully give our all to our clients. So we want to make sure we put the systems in place, get the equipment, get the coaches, and then we need to plan out what we're going to do, what the strategies are every single day, how we're going to strategize each individual item. Some of the top goals for marketers when you are utilizing social media is you want to have increased brand awareness. You want to make sure that people know about your brand. So it's not only just about making the sale. People generally need 7 to 12 touch points of learning about your brand prior to even making the decision to purchase. So think about that. Somebody first initially sees your social media, you want them to really understand your brand and get the vibe and realize that they're not going to buy just like this. You're going to have to cultivate that relationship a bit. Then the next is we want to generate leads and sales. You need to have a way to convert those people. So maybe there's your shop on Instagram or Facebook. Maybe you're taking them into an opt-in or a link somewhere so you can gather information and really cultivate that lead and turn it into a sale. Then you want to really think about social media as something social, and you want to cultivate your community and engage with your community. You want to make sure you're building those relationships. I speak on a ton of panels, and one of the common questions asked is, what book would you suggest? And I always suggest Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Because even though that book was created prior to the internet, the principles still apply to digital marketing and social media marketing. There needs to be a level of authenticity and general connection so that you're building relationships and cultivating a community. So people want to be a part of that world, want to feel like they're part of that brand messaging, brand story, all of that. And of course, we want to grow followers. So when you create that community and you're engaging and you're providing great quality content, you will build that community. And then of course, we want to increase web traffic because that's where you're going to make the sale. Maybe it's increased web traffic to have a consultation call or to get a demo booking, but we need to get them somewhere where they're going to actually book something, get your freebie, enter your pipeline, and start the sales process. Number 2, it's all about the narrative. And what this means is that you want to share your brand story. You want to really be authentic in your sharing so people can connect. People want to connect with people that they like, trust, and can resonate with. So think about who your community is and how you can do that. You want to share what your brand vision, mission, and what your core values are, because those are the items that are going to humanize your brand. Even if you don't have a personal brand or somebody that is the face of your company or your brand, you want to really have the essence. So think about the brands that have something cool about them that you really resonate. Maybe they're eco-friendly, maybe they give back to charity, maybe they provide a lifestyle goal for you, they solve a problem. So there's all of these values that you as a consumer may resonate with that will drive preference to one brand over another. And through that connection, you can build your brand relationship. You also want to think about your brand aesthetics. People make judgment on aesthetics all of the time. And when somebody goes online to view your brand, you have 0.05 seconds to actually have them make a decision about your brand. That's a blink of an eye. So you want to have a style and colors, logos, you want to have that all created. And when you're doing your marketing material or your website, you need to have everything be aligned in your brand colors. On your social media feeds, it doesn't necessarily have to be your brand colors all the time, but you want to make sure it's a consistent style. Here's another brand board, and it's completely different than the other one that I showed you. When we work with our clients, we really take a look at who their customer is, their competitors, their core values, what their goals are, and we create colors and style that is going to represent their brand. Here's another brand board, and as you can see, they're all very different. Two, obviously the first and the last, have similar styles and could potentially target the same, and all of them could potentially target similar, but of course, this is skewed more feminine, this is skewed more masculine in the style. So you want to think about who your target demographic is. This is my brand board for iMedia Exposure, and if you check out our Instagram, we definitely use multiple different colors. We do, however, on our marketing material, use these. And like I said, the different colors. So I like to do 9 blocks of feed color. So if you see, these are 3 different screenshots of parts of our Instagram feed, and they scroll into each other. We create these different colors, but obviously you saw the brand board. It has none of that dark teal in it, but it has the same general style and aesthetic. This is one of our brands, and as you can see here, it's just a bunch of things thrown out. There's words cut off. It's the quality isn't that great of the imagery. But then you look here, and the quality of the imagery is great. You can really tell exactly, that this is a restaurant, what their offerings are, and it looks a lot cleaner. The brands that we work with have seen triple sales growth when we're managing their social media. Here's another one of our clients, and this aesthetically doesn't look bad, but you don't necessarily know what the vibe is. We've transformed it into here, and we have color transitioned. I didn't add those in, but we definitely color transitioned these 3 colors. The red, we moved into the darker maroon, and then we had some other color transitions. But as you see here, we really focus on color and style. This client is a color psychologist, and she picks colors that suit different people, that mean different things, and have them, really show through. And that's the same with your brand, your personal brand and your business brand. There's different colors that will work depending upon your hair color, your skin tone, your vibe, that will really have you pop and be shown. So my power color is a blue. It's a very kind of like the background. It's that blue that's shining through. And then the teal color is actually my support color. So the support color is something that really shows that I'm there to help and support. And so the colors, and then gold, I can do gold accents. So when you really figure out what colors really have you stand out as a personal brand or represent things, you can utilize them inside of your branding too. This was another feed for another one of our clients, and they were a brand new restaurant, and when we started off, we didn't have a super ton of content. So if you see on the bottom left hand, we did details, and each block we rolled out the launch of the opening. So we scheduled it out where we would piece by piece show them a little bit more of the restaurant. And it was kind of cool because it was kind of suspenseful, and then people got to see more. You see, it's a very cohesive style and brand that we've created here. It looks fun, the food looks beautiful, and there's an emotion that we've created. 3, you want to be really connected to your people. So you need to know exactly who they are. You want to create your perfect persona. So you want to think about who is the perfect person that would be your client. You want to think of all of the demographics, their age, where they hang out, what they like. I like to do up to 5 personas, but your first 2 will be your 2 cores, and the other 3 will be different areas and levels. You really want to go in and pinpoint your customer's DNA. So tracking their analytics, their location, their online behavior. Do they respond to emails? Do they like lives? Do they like videos? Figuring out where they hang out. You also, when you're creating your content, can post about things that you know your target customer is going to love, regardless if it isn't something you're selling. If you take a look at our feed at iMedia Exposure on Instagram or any of the social media platforms for that matter, you notice that we post about other things. So sometimes we post motivation. We'll post various tips on social media marketing, email marketing, event marketing, color, branding, all of that stuff. So there's all the tips and expert information when it comes from a marketing perspective. But then we do the inspiration, we do the fashion, we do the current events. We will create content because we know that the people that we're connecting with have a whole lifestyle, and we want to be a part of their lifestyle. Once you know all of these different elements, you want to really target your customer. And you want to redefine and curate your product offering to take people through a pipeline and provide the answers and solutions to their problems. You can think of it as maybe you have a couple of core products, but what can you tweak that will make the product a little bit different, but really fulfill the needs of your target? So it's a step-by-step process. 4, you want to have quality, consistent content. You want to think about what kinds of content that you're going to create and post daily. You want to do research on trending topics, trending hashtags, and create content around that. 1, people will be searching for those hashtags, and 2, if they're trending and if other people are talking about them, clearly there's a market for that information and people will be more prone to want to learn more. You want to make sure you're using hashtags that are important and relevant to whatever it is that you're chatting and talking about. Create. Think about how you can be creative with your content. You want to make sure to do outreach to your community, and ad campaigns are great to promote. And then you want to have links. So you want to have people actually have a call to action. So in our text box, we are going to use a call to action link. So you can see a link to our Brand Boutique digital marketing course, where we will go step by step into creating your brand story, creating your brand aesthetic, going through a customer analysis, figuring out a competitive analysis, how to pinpoint and engage and target your perfect customer, great content ideas, and how to create content that's going to actually convert. And we go through all of the steps of a sales and marketing funnel as well. If you want more information, you definitely want to check out our site. We'll show you how to create a content calendar. It's super important to create a content calendar because it just saves so much time. You're pinpointing what kind of activities you're going to target and talk about. You want to add your blog post. So generally what we do is have a blog post for the week. So we will curate, okay, this is what we're talking about for the week. We do the research on why. And then we take that blog post and that subject matter and then create social media content posts. We also make sure to have our content calendars done a month prior at least so that you can plan out your photo shoots. You want to make sure that you're getting quality content, you're doing the graphics, and all of that takes time. So instead of being in a rush to get something out and kind of like haphazardly going on and posting and taking a super ton of your time, if you have a strategy scheduled out, you'll feel so much more ease and you'll actually get results from your social media posting. In our digital course, we show you how to do that and give you some really great tips and tricks on how to specifically use tools so that you have less stress on your plate and more time to focus on your business and your clients. Here's another content idea. This is something that is going to be a 9 block. So if you see here, there's a photo on the left, and we would cut that up into 9 blocks of content. So on the right, there's 2 pieces of that. So individually, those blocks look like nice posts. And then we will create this feed on our Instagram. So it's essentially one photo styling, but it gives us 9 pieces of content, and then it creates this magazine effect on our blog or on our social media. On Facebook, of course, the feed is not going to look like this block. It's specifically created for Instagram, but I am still going to post out to all of the other social media because individually each post still looks really nice and like cool content. So number 5 is you want to have a sales and marketing funnel. So we've created our plan. We've figured out who our perfect customer is, and we've done research on our competitors. We've created awesome content and content calendars. So what next? We want to make sure we're creating something to actually take those leads, take those followers, turn them into leads, creating opt-ins, fostering those relationships with email drip campaigns, creating sales pages and offers for people to actually purchase and convert those leads into sales. In our digital course, we go over all of the whole digital marketing funnel. We will show you how to start off with getting that awareness, how to create online ads, how to create your storytelling posts, and really represent your brand. We'll give you scripts on how to create your short videos on social media, and you can use them on your website. We'll show you how to create your blogs and research content that is going to be relevant for great SEO. So you want to make sure that you're creating these opt-in options to convert to. We have a social media style guide. So if you go to our Instagram, you'll get our social media style guide if you follow us. And that's a great tool to really kind of go through this process. But that's our lead magnet. So we help you figure out what your lead magnet is. We give you examples of really great lead magnets and how to set those up and how to take people through the whole process. So you get them at the top where they're a viewer and a visitor. We show you how to turn them into a follower, then turn them into a website visitor so that they can do something. Then we help you come up with ideas to have an opt-in where they now are becoming a content reader. And your opt-in can be a video as well. So having them become an opt-in person, then they become a lead if they're interested in the next offer that you have. And then you want to prospect them to see what services that you can provide that's going to suit their needs. Where are they? Were they just interested in the freebie, or are there other needs that they have that you can serve? So we take you through this whole process in the Brand Boutique Digital Marketing course. I've really spent a ton of time creating this, and I use the system with my one-on-one clients and my done-for-you clients all the time, and they have amazing reviews of this product. And it will save you so much time, stress, and money. So you won't be all over the place. It's step by step and easy to follow. It is 8 great modules of content. There's worksheets, guides, and templates for you to use so that you are really structurally creating your digital marketing plan and coming up with great marketing strategies to take your business to the next level. After you're doing that whole prospect and you turn that person into a customer, you also want to make sure that they become a repeat customer. So how do you keep them into your pipeline? We'll go over those steps. And then you want them to be your brand advocate. So we'll show you how to have affiliates, partners, and influencers, and how to create strategies all around that. Because how amazing would it be for you to have a ton of salespeople that are advocating for your brand, and you're just sitting back and having that experience come to you. All of these things that we're going to create in this digital marketing strategy will have people drawn to you and really see the value in your brand story and what your brand provides. Some of the challenges that I've seen for social media marketers is that they have trouble measuring the ROI. And figure out what you need to track, how to read those analytics. We'll give you tools on grabbing that information as well. Because once you can see if you're spending X amount of money in your marketing and that marketing budget is tripling your budget, so say you pay $2,000 a month in marketing, but then you're bringing in $6,000 of sales. Wouldn't that be worth it? That's $4,000 worth of profit that you wouldn't have gotten if you didn't put forth those marketing efforts. So basically, there is a cost of acquisition for a client. So that is something you want to consider. And when you really can understand the analytics in the back end of your digital marketing, it makes it easier to make that investment. We'll also show you how to use all of the different social media platforms to create strategies and success. And then we help you develop your strategy and your marketing plan so that you're really aligned with your goals and you're achieving those goals. We give you great content ideas on what to post, when to post it, and how to post it. And then, a lot of people think about how they can secure their budget and resources. So we have a bunch of free tips that we'll share with you, and we'll help you think about how to budget that out. And of course, we hear a lot of people that say, once I get more sales, I'll invest in marketing. But it really doesn't work like that. You need to invest in marketing so that you get more sales. No one's going to know about your brand if you're not doing the marketing actions for them to know about your brand and buy from your brand. And it might be scary at first, But you want to take that plunge. If this is something that you're really passionate about, if this is something that you really want to do, then you have to jump in and really allocate the resources to do so. So a little overview, wrap up of our strategy that's going to help you take your brand to the next level is you want to make sure you know who your customer is and all of the details and DNA of that. You want to make sure you know where they hang out, what they like, how to engage with them, and how to find them. Then you want to share your story and make a beautiful story. You want to really showcase how you're differentiated in the market and why people would want to do business with you. What is your value proposition? What problems do you solve? And what do you bring to the world? Then, what are your goals? You want to have clearly established goals. How many new followers, how many new leads, how many new signups, and how many new clients do you want? So have those goals clearly defined and create strategies to get those goals. And then you want to make sure that you're executing. So what coaches, what programs, what software, what information do you need to gather and invest in so that you can really achieve those goals? If we don't have the goals and we don't set in the plan and we don't go after that, we're just stuck right where we are and we're not moving forward. You also want to create a strategy on how you're going to communicate, what your tone is, what social media platforms you're going to use, and how you're going to engage on those platforms. We have strategies for each one of the platforms that are really going to grow your brand awareness, generate more sales, grow your leads, grow your opt-ins, and grow your brand following. I really highly suggest that you take the time to create your plan and get help with the strategies so that you are relieving all of the stress and moving to the next level. The world is online. Everyone is doing more research online and doing more sales online. So if your brand presence is not up to par there's going to be somebody else that gets the business over you. So take this opportunity right now to get out there, regardless of your circumstances, and create your plan, take action, and really do what fulfills you and what you're passionate about. My Brand Boutique digital marketing course is 8 modules, and it takes you through this whole process. We also have worksheets and templates, and it's normally $9.97. I'm adding in a special bonus, and we are going to be doing an 8-week live group strategy session. So in that, I will be giving you tips and tricks. You can ask me questions about your brand. I will review the work that you've been doing on the virtual course live. We'll do it via Zoom, and you'll really get that hands-on working with the expert, creating strategies. I kind of have this joke. I'm kind of like a rapper when it comes to marketing tips. Anybody, when I speak at events all around the world, some people come up to me and I ask, what is your business? What are your goals? And in a matter of seconds, I can drop 3 golden nuggets of marketing advice that every single person that I encounter is like, yeah, I should definitely do that. I didn't think of that. That's fantastic. So you get this awesome opportunity and this bonus to be with me for 8 weeks. I'll also have other industry experts on, and you can get free tips from them too. It's also a great way to connect with other business owners. As more businesses being done online, this gives you a community to be a part of and connect with other people that you could potentially have as affiliates or partners or potential clients yourself. I'm also going to do a complimentary 1-hour brand session, and I usually do these for $125. And this is something that I'm going to be doing at the beginning of your process so that we can do kind of a structure. We can also do it at the end. You get to choose at the beginning or the end so that we can really go over everything that you've created in this digital course, and our live weekly group sessions will keep the accountability. It will have you staying on track. And sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need like an accountability partner. It gives us a little bit of a community and partnership, and a little human interaction is always fun. So today's pricing is $4.97. So normally I would just do a bonus on the digital course, but I really want to support all of you great entrepreneurs out there, and I really want to help you take action. So I'm bonusing in that live time with me, as well as that 1 hour one-on-one session. So I really hope you take action right now. The link is in the video, so I hope to see you soon. And let's get on this. Let's go after your dreams. Let's make this happen, and let's create your brand story and build that awareness and get more sales for you. I want to thank you so much for being on here. Make sure to connect with me on social media, and I hope to see you soon. Feel free to ask me any questions. You can DM us for any more information. So thank you so much for joining us. Ciao.